welcome to my channel. This is Kitty Popenhagen with Kitty Popenhagen Designs, and today I'm going to do a quick video on the Close to My Heart shimmer brushes. They are in our essential catalog, or you can find them online. In the catalog, they're on page 16, and they come in a variety of beautiful colors. There's 20 colors all together, and they add a little shimmer sparkle to your projects in a variety of ways. So I just want to show you a couple different ways to use them and how to open them and get them started, and some tips and warnings about them. So I just recently purchased the bundle of them, and I should have pulled out one of the colors that I wanted to use, but let me just grab the Sage. I also just got the Journey, which is the color of the year. Now, when these first came out, they did not have the color on them, so you just had to look at the tops, which was just a little difficult. But now they have added all the colors on there. So when they first come to you in one of these bags, you will see this yellow band, and the one end is just stuck here. And just open that up. So this yellow band is going to end up getting thrown away. So you want to open it by unscrewing it, and that will take your top off. And then you want to take this little yellow band out, and that can just be thrown away. Now here's the part that you're going to want to pay attention to. So this is sealed right now, but once I put the cap on and I start screwing it down, that's where it has broken through that seal, and now we want to be a little careful. The mistake that a lot of people make is when they go to open it, they unscrew it, and that is not, you want to pull the cap off. I tend to grab it with both hands and kind of use my thumbs and my finger to like push it off, because it can be a little troublesome to get the cap off. Like, it's on there a little tight, which you want so it doesn't spill out, but when you're taking it off, you just don't want to yank that off and have it splatter on your projects. You want to take that cap off though once you get it started, and then screw this down all the way to the bottom. And then now we can shake this up. So you do want to give it a good shake. And in fact, once you get it going, you'll kind of hear a little something in there that's kind of rattling around and shaking around in there. I usually kind of fluff up my brush a little bit before I get it going. And then you'll see on here it says push. And so this is where we're going to squeeze it a little and get that to start flowing out. And so you'll see it's starting to come out. The ink is coming into the brush, down the barrel and into the brush. And now I have my shimmery sparkle there. Now this is my all-purpose mat. I can just wipe this up. But if I want to put it on just a piece of paper, we can see that now I get that color. And then as it dries, you'll see more shimmer. As it dries, you get more shimmer. So one of my favorite ways to use, I'm just going to grab a tissue here, and well, actually I won't yet. I sometimes use a block. So if you've got like a block, I'll use a block for like a little puddle. I'll make a little puddle on my block that I can pick up from. Or if you have an all-purpose mat, you can do it on here. But one of my favorite ways of using a shimmer brush, and so now I am going to do this just so I can show you, is to splatter with it. So sometimes I use the cap, and I just use that to tap. And depending on how much ink you have down, the fluid that's in here, or how hard I'm tapping, I can't even just do it with my fingertip. And then I get the splatter on my project that once it dries, it has that shimmer in it. And so, you can see there's like little puddles there, but that will soak in, and then that creates this little shimmer. You can see it on this one right here, little shimmery effect to my projects, like on a layout or on a card. And that is one of my favorite ways. You see, as it dries, it kind of lightens up there a little bit, and you get that shimmer. That's one of my favorite ways to use my shimmer brushes. So the darker colors or the lighter colors, you can do a variety of colors. And then one of my other things I like to do, and let me see, where did I put mine, is I like to create a wash behind, I'm just going to set this here, behind So I've got that shimmer on there, and all I did was take the brush and just create a little swipe. This looks better with lighter colors behind, and then I stamp over top of it. And then I get that, just that little interest behind my sentiment. So that's another way that I like to use the shimmer brushes. And then, you know, of course we can just color things in. So I have pre-stamped this Enjoy. This word is from one of the exclusive stamps in the album retreat bundle, and that was a great stamp set. But I thought this was fun because you can see the words there. We can fill in with color, or what, I could have stamped that on something colored, but this is an easy way to do this. So I grabbed my lemonade, and so let me show you this. I never want to unscrew this because so I'll see people do this. They're trying to get it off and they're actually unscrewing it, and you don't want to do that. So that's what I was talking about. You want to push this off, and then I want to make sure that I didn't unscrew that, because unscrewing it is going to open that up, and then if you tip it over, it all splatters all over your project. And then I don't want to open this right over the project I'm working on, just in case something splatters. I just, like, that's my warning about these, is that I want to be a little careful with them. And then so I'm just going to do half of these letters. So I like to keep my tip out in front of me so that I have some control, and I'm just going to color the top. Now I did stamp this in archival ink, which because this is wet, it would bleed if I used just my regular black ink, and I didn't want that, so a water-based ink wouldn't work for this. And then I'm going in with my Sundance and creating kind of a ombre effect with my letters here, and they're going to be all shimmery. I could turn this around, but for the purposes of this video, I'm just trying to do this a little quickly. And look at how beautiful that is. And I'll hold it up in a second, but I can already see just that shimmer is so pretty. Okay. And you can even do a little shading with these by going back over certain areas to create some darker looks, but you see that shimmer on there is just so pretty. So that's an easy way to color in something like that. Something like this I might want to do, now this is a very old color, this is Mint. Mint was a color of the year from like ages ago. Let's see, and see, this isn't screwed down all the way, so I don't even know when I used this last, but I don't think this color is available anymore. But this is supposed to be like a little bag of frosting, and I can just color that in. And then, like I said, if I wanted to get like a little bit darker on my edges and the bottom, I can go back over it and even create a little bit of that shading. So I think Seabrook would be a good one for that, but you see that sparkle in there, so pretty. So those are the shimmer brushes. One other trick, and I don't know if I have a stamp pad right here, is the clear. So the clear, you can go, the clear looks really pretty with wood shapes, and I don't have any here, but the wood shapes are really pretty with clear. And let me just see if I have, I will grab, I'm at home and not at my paper station. My paper station is my little art studio, so I have my old inks here. These are not the new ones, but just for purposes of showing you this, I'm just going to show you that you can actually paint with the clear. You can squeeze out a little bit of your clear and pick up your paint, and then you can create colors. And then I just pinch off the top of that clear brush, and then it's ready again for my next color. And if I'm real concerned about this, I wash this off so I don't end up with sparkle all over my ink. But I can do that with any number of colors to match what I'm working on. So the clear is really great, and then you can color on top of things cardstock or whatever to give a shimmer. My one other warning about these is that because the shimmer is so, I don't want to say strong, I don't know what the word is. If you do too much, like if you just get too much, it just starts to get a little, it'll almost look gray because, see, now it's making a liar out of me because that just looks really dark and beautiful. But if you're covering over something, it can get a little bit much. So, you know, it's a good thing to practice with and just figure out what, each one of them is a different color. So some are going to be darker, lighter, but they are just so fun to play with. So those are the close to my heart shimmer brushes, and I will link them below. And if you have any questions, let me know. And until next time, bye-bye.